Here is the text you provided returned exactly as requested. No changes, no additions, no commentary. Have you ever been asked a question that just felt off? Not because of the words, but because something in your gut said, this isn't right. What if I told you some questions aren't meant to seek truth, but to twist it, confuse you, and steal your confidence without you even realizing? In a world full of emotional traps and subtle manipulation, knowing which questions to challenge could be the sharpest shield a Stoic can carry. Have you ever found yourself facing a question that made your chest tighten, not because of what was said, but because of how it was said? That heavy, quiet tension, the inner voice whispering, this isn't curiosity, this is a setup. That's not paranoia. That's your wisdom speaking. In a world that's louder than ever, filled with sweet-talking liars and emotional puppeteers, recognizing the hidden motives behind questions becomes your very first line of defense. Welcome to Stoic True Wisdom, where we don't fight lies with rage. We face them with unwavering clarity, reason, and self-mastery. Today, we're exposing 5 deceptively manipulative questions that dishonest people use to warp reality and tear down your confidence. And more importantly, we'll reveal how a true Stoic can cut through the manipulation without losing calm. Because if Stoicism teaches us anything, it's this. Real power doesn't need to shout. It simply stands still. Question 1. Why are you being so dramatic? This might sound like a harmless question, maybe even concern, but don't be fooled. It's a psychological weapon. What they're really saying is, let me shift the attention away from what I did and make you the problem. Think about it. Maybe you caught them in a lie or called them out for breaking a promise or hiding something significant. And instead of owning up, they instantly spin the narrative. Suddenly, you're the one overreacting, being unstable, too emotional. It's classic manipulation. By reframing the story, they become the poor victim. You, the irrational aggressor. But a Stoic doesn't fall for that game. We understand. When you fight fire with fire, everything burns. Instead of reacting, respond. Bring the focus back to facts, not feelings. Ask directly. This isn't about emotion, it's about action. Can you take responsibility or not? Question 2. Do you even trust me? At first, this sounds like a wounded, vulnerable question, but in many cases, it's actually a veiled guilt trip. Here's how it plays out. You question something that doesn't add up, maybe a broken promise, a strange excuse, something that raises an eyebrow. Instead of giving you a clear answer, they flip the narrative. Suddenly, you are on trial, not for seeking truth, but for daring to doubt them. This isn't vulnerability, it's emotional blackmail. They're not trying to rebuild trust. They're demanding blind faith without taking any accountability. Remember the wisdom of Epictetus. If someone shows you their character through action, believe them. Now that we've looked at 2 of the most common manipulative tactics, it's time to go deeper. In the next part, we'll uncover 3 more deceptive questions Stoic thinkers must learn to recognize and disarm, because your peace is worth protecting. Ready to continue? In the previous part, we uncovered 2 manipulative questions, cleverly designed to distort the truth and make you doubt yourself, but that was only the beginning. Now we continue to expose 3 even more subtle tactics, questions that seem harmless, but in reality are masks for avoidance, blame shifting, and emotional manipulation. Question 3. So what do you want me to say? At first glance, it sounds like they're trying to understand. But this is the liar's escape hatch. They're not confused, they're evading. This question doesn't come from regret. It's a tactic to put the burden back on you. Instead of owning their actions, they want you to tell them the right thing to say so they can perform it. Just say you're sorry. And they will. Instantly. An empty apology. No sincerity, no meaning. And just like that, the conversation ends. They walk away looking like the one who made peace, while you're left with emptiness. But a Stoic doesn't fall for performances. We don't seek comfort, we seek integrity. If someone has to be coached into honesty, they're not being honest. They're just acting. Question 4. Can't we just move on already? This sounds like a plea for peace, but in reality, it's a request to bypass the truth. This tactic usually appears when the liar is running out of excuses. They're not seeking reconciliation, they want a free pass. What they're really saying is, let's pretend this never happened, so I don't have to be accountable. But Stoicism teaches us, Forgiveness without truth is just silence wrapped in pretense. You can't move forward if the wound hasn't been named, if the wrong hasn't been acknowledged. As Seneca wisely wrote, he who refuses to face guilt will forever wear the mask of innocence. Don't be rushed into false peace. Respond calmly but firmly. I'm not here to hold grudges. I'm here for truth. If we can't speak honestly, we can't move forward. Question 5. Are you really going to throw everything away over this? This is the final move, the emotional nuke. It may sound like desperation, but it's actually guilt tripping at its finest. They make you feel like the villain for holding a boundary. What they're really saying is, can you please ignore this so I don't have to change? They want you to feel guilty for standing in your integrity. But here's the Stoic truth. If keeping someone means abandoning your principles, the price is too high. Don't let desperation masquerade as love. Don't mistake emotional pressure for genuine connection. Marcus Aurelius said it best, let not your mind be a slave to anything that lacks reason. The truth is, liars don't always lie with words. They lie through questions, crafted to confuse, guilt, and weaken your inner compass. But when you face them with stoic calm, when you see their tactics for what they are and stay grounded in reason, you take back control. No yelling, no drama, no ego battles, just unwavering clarity and inner strength. Because here at Stoic Unlocked, we don't just expose deception, we become immune to it. If this brought you clarity, stay tuned. Next, we'll go even deeper. Not just facing others, but learning how to face yourself. Are you ready?